Hey, Segovia, back with another one. In today's episode, we got some mysterious videos on TikTok they don't want you to see. Let's get into it, y'all. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
So your blood type will tell you exactly what needs to go in your physiology?
Yep. Some people, you gotta eat meat. You can't practice a vegan diet. Everybody don't have the ability to tap into that energy whatsoever because their genetic format is not hardwired for that dietary system. So, for instance, my good friend Billy Carson, he said that he went sick really bad about being a vegan. So everybody can't acclimate themselves to that dietary system. The blood is the blueprint. The blood is the blueprint of the matrix. Because if you understand your blood, you can break the matrix. So that's why they don't tell a lot of black people about their blood types. They don't want you to know that you O negative because that's the blood type of the Anunnaki. Because it's original. It's the original blood type. It's the original architect of the universe. That's the original blood type. That is connected to the mitochondrial Eve gene.
I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
The headline.
I mean, coming to a town near you, right? They did it kind of with the 2020 thing, right? If you don't have this, you ain't working. That's just taking it to another. That was a test. People did it. This is what's next.
The guy who makes Hollywood runs like it does, right? Bring her to the upper penthouse tomorrow. So she thinking she getting ready to sign a contract. No, they want to pop her in her ass. And this is how they get down. They call it gravy.
If you do get hurt, well, that's just gravy.
Now, everybody, other people may know you from Gravy and your music career. Has this sparked the acting bug? Are we gonna see you in a lot more roles following this?
Yeah, definitely. This is my newfound love. Music is my passion, and acting. I'm definitely getting ready to jump into it.
Okay.
That's a Hollywood slogan for people who just got popped in their behind. Well, how did it go, man? How's your career going? Oh, I can tell you right now, baby, everything's gravy. There's been a lot of people that's got their letters on the
Never heard
fly.
that before.
And they read all the literature. They have them in a nice little room or a sweet hotel. It's real elegant. They do it really nice. And they let you read that letter and they tell you what you think. I ain't got no problem with this. Okay, sign right here. Now, that's the beginning of the rituals of everything that's to come for you. All the doors going to open for you. All the doors are opening. He ain't ready for what they're going to hit him with. We want you to meet some friends, okay? I want you to take it personal because we know that you're about your business and you know how to make that dollar. It's all business. Don't take it personal when you see what's up, right? They take them in this room and there'd be 3-4 dudes on another guy. And he may know that dude in the business. They say, what you're about to see, nobody else know. This is part of the rituals. You are not to speak about this.
Not fit to be a big time rapper like Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Lil Baby, homie, you ain't fit to be this big and not have no gay experience. You ain't fit to be on Adam 22. You're not fit to get this close to this light that make our stars and idols, and you don't have a gay experience.
Or at least try.
No.
Try you.
No. Even if you're tried, you're gonna have to be acceptable to some gay experience. Whether you in there watching it, whether you homie, if you might not have to but you have to have the experience to get through that door. To be where this is it.
We have not had.
Well, what about you? If you notice, he said Adam 22, and he was about to say Vlad, which he's been on, which is bigger than Adam 22. Like, what about you? Like, you're hanging out with these Aiden Rosses. You're on their streams. You're honestly, you got to watch, y'all. You got to watch and really think. Like, you're with these people. You're in the limo with Aiden Ross, with Rampage. I just saw some clips yesterday. I forgot who he was on there with, but someone popular. I forgot. It's slipping my mind. But, we got a clip coming up of some guy straight up saying, a streamer. It's in the streaming now. Coming out saying, I don't care. I sold my soul. Aiden Ross came out with robes and dripping blood from his mouth. You're going to see it's coming up.
Walk up to a building with a
the United States. Americans don't understand this. Al-Qaeda knows this, right? So this is new and innovative, especially now. You don't have to walk upside of the building. You can walk in the building because of the advancement of the vest. The other thing is, in the United States, we haven't had Fideian attackers. So the concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly, but he will fight till either all of us are dead or all of his people are dead. We think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities. We think there will be, because some of the attackers went through, they have these vests. And then we think there's these Fideian attackers who will carry on until they're killed.
Parallels between school and prison are very similar.
The buses look the same, food looks the same.
I'll tell you why. The same person who created schools also created the prison system. How they know where to build a prison, third grade reading scores. In that city or that community, they'll look at all the third grade reading levels. If a percentage of them are not up to a third grade reading level, they know we need to make 200 beds for prisons, and the prisons get built within that time.
At the third grade.
Preemptively?
They're already building them?
For third graders.
With lower percentage, they make jail cells for you.
Schools are literally pushing kids into prisons.
These people, they don't have family at home, right, to raise them, so then they can't read. Those who seem to not always end up back in those situations, prison and jails.
It's an endless cycle.
It's an endless cycle.
Times people got rich by selling absolutely nothing. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. In 1975, Gary Dahl became a millionaire by selling pet rocks, which were literally just ordinary beach stones in cardboard boxes with air holes and a care manual explaining how to house train your rock. Dahl came up with the idea as a joke while listening to friends complain about their high-maintenance pets. So he started selling them for $4 each as the perfect pet that required no feeding, walking, or medical care. The ridiculous concept became a massive fad, selling over 1.5 million pet rocks in 6 months. Number 2. In 2005, British student Alex Tu created the $1 Million homepage, selling pixels on a blank web page for $1 each to pay for college tuition. Companies bought pixel squares to display tiny advertisements on his simple web page, paying real money for virtual real estate that existed only as colored dots on a computer screen. Tu's idea of selling nothing but empty pixels made him over $1 million in 5 months, proving that people would literally pay for blank space on the internet if it was marketed correctly. Number 3. Chinese entrepreneur Chen Guangbiao made millions selling canned fresh air to people living in polluted cities, literally bottling regular air from unpolluted areas and selling it for 80 cents per can.
AKA his front yard.
His fresh air business capitalized on China's air pollution crisis by offering people the chance to breathe clean mountain air from a can. Guangbiao sold over 8 million cans of air, proving people will buy anything if they're convinced it's better than what they already have.
You know what I'll say?
Hey, if that don't make you post a video, do something. You never know. You're one video away. I'm one video away, y'all. Life can change in one clip. Really can.
Don't give a fuck. I sold my soul. I went to a red room. Sheezer, Convi, Aiden, and Tav came in with red robes on, and they had bloodstains dripping down their mouths. They walked up to me, walked around in a circle, and started doing a bunch of weird spells and shit, casting it on me. And I walked out after that, checked my bank account, $2 million in the account.
This is Lacey, a well-known streamer, and what he's just said is freaking people out. He casually drops a mention of a red room, and if you know anything about internet law, that's not something you joke about. Red rooms are these secret live streams where disturbing things happen for money. Most people say that's just myths, but the idea is enough to give you chills. But why would Lacey bring that up? Was he trolling for shock value, or did he slip and reveal something that he shouldn't have? Streamers don't usually risk their reputation out throwaway comments. Real or fake, once you've heard it, you start asking yourself how much of what we see online is just entertainment, and how much of it might actually be something darker.
Like, that's what sucks, y'all. Like, it crept into this YouTube, Twitch, live streaming. Like, now regular people like me, right? Very tough to get to that 1 million, 2 million views a video, because you gotta do stuff like that, which I'm good with what I'm doing here. Like, if I can continue what I'm like, these 30,000, 20,000 views forever until I'm 60 and retire, would you guys watch me if I was 60? I don't know, but like, I'm happy making good money, paying bills, food in the refrigerator, right? I don't need all that, but that sucks that crept in here, and they're telling us right here in front of our face. right? People are liking it, subscribing. Oh, I'm gonna pay them. I'm gonna pay them.
Post the comments below.
Hey, anybody order pizza?
You're in the double digits world? It's like really important. Pizza cards and pop stars often? No. Okay.
I eat children. How old are you? 12. Oh, okay. Only to 10.
That's good.
Her parties are incredible in her house, too.
Yeah. She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful pizza.
I've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so good. So much fun.
You can't seem to agree on anything anymore except for two things. Pizza and us. And us.
You don't like cheese pizza?
I do like cheese.
Well, you just said you don't like cheese pizza.
That isn't cheese pizza. I wanted some from Pizza Hut.
Pizza. All right, he'll like it. You're gonna eat it and you're gonna like it. Now listen.
What's the pizza? Was it good?
What he made the first pizza was better than Chloe. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does. 5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent. Amal's what?
One lady was like, "How many cheeses, Jerry?" Jerry was like, 7 different cheeses. 7 different cheeses. People were eating the fucking pizza going crazy. Oh my God, I taste the cheeses, Jerry. I taste the cheeses. They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't fucking believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best fucking pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Took a white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Wait till you taste the lettuce. White baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Took a white baby's got some type of lettuce on it.
I just been in a celebrity's house working as a bodyguard.
Right in our face.
I've opened up a closet and he got a goat head like on a steak, candles around it. Why is that in there? People, what do you got that for? And when I asked them about it, they mad. Why do you have that in there? You know, there are people you can pray to other than God. At your own risk, because you got to give up something to gain when you playing with that.
Big homie CC explained very well that in order for you to make it into the industry or into this life or this next level quicker than the average man, you have to make a sacrifice, or you have to do some zesty stuff.
Nah, fool. There's no way she just did this. Donald Trump do it. Y'all, this means I love you. Remember, this was played on all major networks. Charlie Kirk Memorial was something to remember. And this is going to make me remember forever. It was some other things that was going on too. Y'all gotta understand, Charlie Kirk Memorial brung all these people together, even the people that had beef. Just so many things happening at this memorial. It was crazy to see. But the highlight of the memorial was Erica Kirk. R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk. I feel like Erica Kirk would be a good actress. Can't y'all see her playing like on a movie or a TV show or some shit? I don't know about y'all, but I can see it. Am I tripping? But this, y'all, highlight of the night. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. This shit is crazy, fool.
God rest. I don't know, y'all. I got a lot of comments from when I first posted that clip of "It's I love you." When was the last time you did that? That saying "I love you" to somebody. When was the last time you done that? When you were a little kid, right? You don't do that as an adult. Like, if that was me, I'd be like with my hand on my heart. Like, I don't know. I think that was fishy. These ain't little kids, y'all. They know. Grown people, they know what these hand signs mean. They know. And they know they can twist it as "I love you." And they fool people. I think there's something fishy going on. I didn't watch that memorial thing, but there's something deeper going on, y'all. Something deeper going on.
To Charlie, because I know where he is, but is there no autopsy report?
I was
Is
just
there,
gonna
like,
ask
Pat, is
that,
there like,
Vinny.
and I
Thank
get
you.
it, and I get it. It's early, and I get it, but we
Not that
want
early.
to see. It's not
2
you're
weeks.
very good point.
In 2 weeks.
Show us, and the fact, and you made a great point when, and this is when we were there, when they came out with his bones were a man of steel. Don't ever try to gaslight us with that type of situation, because if it's a 30-06 at 200 yards, I didn't want to show it to Robbie. They had a dummy at him with like it's like the skin of like a human, and it's set up. It blew the whole neck completely off.
Seeing this stuff right here, y'all, makes me so grateful that I'm awake and not trapped in the lies no more.
Yeah.
The enemy is not hiding no more.
It's out.
Bro, did you see the little doll they put in for the atomic bomb awareness?
And in a small world?
It was like a little Japanese figure that was covered in dust and like said, never forget the atomic bomb. They somehow got it into Disney,
World?
got it in the It's a Small World ride.
Oh,
Disney
that was
didn't
in the
put it
Small
up.
World.
No, Disney didn't put it up. Dude, imagine you have no idea and you're just like with your little kid and you turn this corner and there's
It's
just
the
like,
straight up grudge.
Yes,
Like, that's
right.
what that is.
Dude, they should make an opposite of Disneyland, where it is something like It's a Small World after all, but it's like terrible things.
Oh gosh.
All these horrible moments in history.
1938.
Literally call it like the
Germany.
saddest place on earth.
But it's like goes chronological, so you're like, oh no, we're headed to 2001, guys, let's back up.
It's a sad world after all.
All the characters are like personas from tragedies. Like
There's no songs, it's just screams. All the
Jeez.
Screams in different, in different languages. Just like,
It's a
it's
sad
horrible,
world.
dude.
Guys, watch this to the end.
I have the heart of a small boy. I keep it in a jar on my desk.
I bet you get a lot of mileage out of that one.
I have never used that line before in my entire life.
I can tell you this ain't no joke. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. That's why.
See, it's so crazy, y'all. They've been, that was what, the 70s? The 80s? I mean, they've been doing this. They've been telling us these things. And he's still at the top of his game, Stephen King. That was Stephen King, right? They've been doing this. But now it's done with Hollywood. Their downfall, what was their downfall? Symbolism. The pizza stuff, you know, the Illuminati pictures behind them. Now they're out. Now those same celebrities, you know, are dancing on stage as the devil. Like, it's out the bag. So what's going to be the downfall of the streamers? They're just getting started. Hollywood's been around since what, the 30s, 40s? So the streamers are just getting started. So in what, 2060, 2070, what's going to be their downfall? Symbolism was the celebrities. What's going to be this one's downfall? What's next?
There sometimes say, I sold my soul to the devil. Because once you make that trade, he'll give you what you want. But people need to understand that the devil is not sharing his kingdom with anyone. He's selfish and hateful,
snake.
and his personality is that of hate and violence.
Well, you can make
He's a snake. We all know snakes.
After all this hard work, it felt like our stars were finally beginning to align.
It's a good day.
A lot of people that sell their souls become disembodied souls because they're giving their power to these human beings because of the magic they know. Like Hollywood. They use a lot of magic in Hollywood. Why they even call it Hollywood.
You read everything, you understand it, and you agree to be bound by the terms of the agreement. And there.
And they make all these promises to these souls. And with their low levels of magic, they're able to bless them with riches and make them famous. So the soul believes they have power. And they sign these contracts or they agree to do things with these people. But then when it's time to transcend, they realize who got all the power. That those human beings who misled them have none. So they can't help you. Now you're stuck.
Man, look, it's just a beautiful thing right now, man. I see a lot of people in this room like right now that I couldn't have made it to this point without.
See, we're going to go on a little rant right here, y'all. But it just hit me while I was watching that. Like, you know, the devil's number one object is to take as many people with him as he can, right? Like, back in the day with Hollywood, there was only 10, 20 actors, right? That were like mainstream. But now, do you know the masses he's going to get with this streaming? Because guess what? Anybody can be a streamer now. It's not just the top 20 actors that, you know, get there and they have their influence, but they're influencing me when I'm 20, not 20, when I'm like 15, whatever. I'm watching this movie. I'm acting like Denzel on Training Day, right? But I don't have a damn chance to be Denzel. You know what I mean? But now we're watching Aiden Ross doing what he's doing. I can be Aiden Ross now. You know what I'm saying? Like now the devil's really going to be able to get people because everybody has access to be, I'm just using Aiden Ross as an example, Mr. Beast, whatever. He has access to do that now. Back in the day, we didn't have access to be, you know, a Tom Brady. We didn't have access to be a super celebrity, Adam Sandler or whatever. I mean, we could, but it was very, very slim. But now we got access, y'all. So he's going to get a lot of people in this next round of Hollywood. That's scary.
U.S. and Mexican authorities have captured La Diabla. Now, if you do not know who La Diabla is, I will explain to you. But first off, I think this is something that needs to be in the media everywhere. I do not understand why we're not seeing this, but La Diabla is a very sick, twisted individual. What she did was she worked with a network of people to lure pregnant women into locations at which she would perform C-sections. And once the baby was removed, she would harvest the organs of these mothers. This is absolutely atrocious. But the thing that concerns me the most is the fact that here we have this individual who was notorious for what she did, a very, very famous individual for the wrong reasons, and yet there is no credit being given to the US or Mexico for that matter. But there's nothing in the media. This is not a breaking news story. This should be all over the world because it just shows exactly what our administration is doing and exactly what happens when you give the resources and tools necessary for our administration to do the things that they need to do. And I'm glad that La Diabla is off the streets. Who knows what's going to happen to her now that she's captured, but this story is horrific.
Begin transmission.
Here we go. Demons specifically began to teach mankind how to make devices to talk to them. The first images ever used on like a television screen that you and I think of today were the Knights Templar's cross. They were literally channeling these spirits to give them technology to help them have access to their realm. But it was a two-way street. And they were being manipulated because there's obviously levers to pull on somebody to make them give them what you want. They wanted a form of technology. Most of the time it's military or it's for financial gain. And that exchange is what has progressively been building this technology that we have. This is the interface communications platform that these entities now use to get their voice in. And it started right away from the beginning. You can backplay music and hear speech. Even when people are normal singing gospel Christian songs, you will still hear other speech coming in backwards. And it's not always demonic sounding. It's not always evil. But when you start playing some of this music backwards, you'll find this artifacts of this phenomenon going on all over the place. Like there was a technology company that I was doing security for, and they were getting their data storage devices. Petabytes of data storage, huge. But that's the beast currency for them. It's going to be data storage. They got the design plans from lucid dreaming and from talking to aliens, entities that came and visited them that showed them and helped them crack problems they were having. They were doing ritual, not the same kind of voodoo creepy stuff that people would think of, but they were communing with them under a man who was much more the handler of this group, who was an adept in these organizations. And he was teaching them, oh, here's how you can take the psilocybin mushroom. Here's how you can take these different compound supplements. And here's how you structure yourself with fasting and with sleep deprivation. And so that you will have these interactions. That was where their technology for this data storage had its origin points. But that's just one little tiny drop in a big bucket of the story of the chain of custody for where much of our technology has come from.
There are some people that are saying that they believe TikTok is a portal. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. There are people that's saying that when they go to record on this app, the person that they see on the screen is not the same person that they are. And I know you're probably saying, what am I talking about? But listen to this. There is a woman on this app that says in 2023, a woman contacted her after a video she made. But the woman that contacted her after that video was herself from the future. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen to
Have
this
you all
shit.
seen the people saying that when they go to record on this app, it's a different version of them that pops up on the screen?
Listen.
Not present day them. Okay, in 2023, I had a woman. I posted one video on my old account, and this woman
Shit's
found
crazy.
me, claiming she was me from the future, and that TikTok is a portal between parallel
You heard her?
universes. And she knew things about me that only I would know. We even had the same name.
Now I jumped down that rabbit hole, and guess what? It's a lot more people saying what she's saying. Now everybody can't be lying, and this is another thing. You gotta ask yourself why the government is so
I was about
batshit
to say
crazy
that.
over this app and this app only. They don't do it with Instagram. They don't do it with Facebook. They don't do it with YouTube. They
I was going to
just
say
do
that
it with TikTok.
because it's
And
not
then you
America
gotta ask
controlling
yourself,
it.
why is TikTok the most informative app that we have? Is this a parallel universe? Is TikTok a portal? I'm out.
Audio from dispatch was just released confirming that Charlie Kirk did not undergo an autopsy report after his
Dope hat.
assassination. In fact, the doctor at the hospital signed off on his death certificate.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
According to Utah Code 26B-8-207, there are conditions about when a body can be moved, and even for embalming and cleaning of the body. This code also states that autopsies may or may not be conducted depending on requests from law enforcement and whether or not the cause of death can be determined without one. But in the case of Charlie Kirk and the fact that this assassination took place on a college campus, the request of an autopsy report shouldn't have only came from law enforcement, but from Erica Kirk's attorneys. From the knowledge that I've collected from my past life, when somebody's life is taken from a gunshot wound, it is a mandatory procedure in the process of an investigation that an autopsy report is done. From a law enforcement point of view, when you've arrested a suspect that you believe committed the crime, you do an autopsy report for the purpose of gathering evidence to secure that conviction in a courtroom. For law enforcement not to request an autopsy report on this high profile of a case and under these circumstances, 100% without a doubt, they are covering up on the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Something big is coming. The U.S. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, just summoned over 800 military generals to meet up at the same location to discuss this big event that is coming. What? Yeah, they're all summoned to meet September 30th at the Marine Corps base in Virginia, Quantico, to discuss a big event. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit creepy because one of the generals that has 30 plus years experience discussed with another person saying that this is one of the biggest things he's ever seen that's about to pop off. And he said, it looks as if we're going to war. Now, there's not much more information we know about this yet as to who we may be going to war with and if it's even going to happen, but that is what is being said right now. Okay, let's just hope this all dissipates soon. Okay, then.
You know, I honestly think it's something with aliens, something, because what happened? What was first? I think it was the mall incident in Miami. That was that one year. This, New Year was the drones, like in November, December, popping up everywhere. Super Bowl commercials were showing aliens invading. Planes were dropping left and right. Remember that? Beginning of the year, planes were just dropping like hot flies every day. Every day there was plane crashes. Every day. Drones. No, first the Miami incident. Drones. Planes dropping like crazy. Super Bowl ads. Now they're saying some big things coming from space that's supposed to be here. And they're doing this. What's this New Year's gonna bring? What's this New Year's going to bring?
Am I that tired, or is the airport really making this weird noise?
Fuck that. I ain't getting on that plane. Airport's too dead for me, too. That's a red flag. Oh, that's crazy. If anyone has holy water, can you exercise our loudspeaker? She just woke up to that. She thinks she's dreaming. It's funny. She just woke up like, what the hell is this? That's crazy though. What is that?
Nah, Peter Thiel's name rearranged is the Reptile, and that's normal. The dude giving a 4-part lecture series on the Antichrist, that's normal. Really?
So let me get this straight. Ice Cube's tour bus got firebombed in Portland, Oregon. So you're telling me the left is so stupid?
I thought it was ice.
On Ice Cube meant ice like immigration customs and these are the people we're arguing with, guys. I hope they try and do this to someone like Ice-T. Try firebombing Ice-T. See what happens.
When I look at my own country, the United States, it is a semi-democratic, white-dominated, hierarchical, racist society that aims to preserve privilege by the elites. That's how it was formed in 1787. It was a slave-owning, genocidal country, killing Native Americans for a white culture. But amazingly, it still looks that way, although we're much more diverse now than we were. The most violent country in the world in the 19th century, by far, was perhaps the most democratic or second most democratic, and that was Britain. You can be democratic at home and ruthlessly imperial abroad. The most violent country in the world since 1950 has been the United States. It's been by far involved
Jeffrey,
in more,
stop
wait,
now.
in more wars.
Jeffrey, I'm Jeffrey.
This is the first time we're going to send humans to the moon, and we're going to have humans in low Earth orbit.
You see what I'm saying? This is the first time. What happened to the Apollo missions?
That is awesome. Like, we should, as humanity, we should take...
Yeah, we as humanity should take that $72.4 million that NASA gets a day and give it to the homeless or something like that.
A brief moment to go, that's awesome.
Take a brief moment to tell you, welcome to Flat Earth. Be vigilant, my friends. Your adversary, the devil, walks around in this roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour.
Are they trying to control all the resources? Is that why the billionaires buying up everything?
Yep, because there's a reason why Bill Gates, Donald Trump, and Mark Zuckerberg all had a meeting together. They had a dinner. One of those things where it's an implementation of the Council of Kings right before the reset. What that meeting basically represented was the Draconian juice is going to interface with technology. I call it the Draconian juice when you're talking about the you know what. The Draconian juice is going to interface with technology, and that's how they're going to control people, and they're doing it through the food. Because what he's putting in the food is a technology. That's why they call it the Food and Drug Administration, because you're not addicted to the food, you're addicted to the chemicals in the food.
So what is the technology supposed to do?
Take over your physiology and replicate the energy of the parasites. Because what parasites do, they replicate themselves on an infinite level because they're trying to mimic the energy of what's taking place naturally in your body. So that's why sometimes if a person smokes and they ain't smoked in like a week, what happens is the endocannabinoids is going to try to mimic the energy of the parasites, and it's going to give you a false perception of you trying to be high. Just like a parasite can mimic the energy of a pregnant woman.
Damn.
Sometimes when a woman thinks she's having twins or whatever, sometimes that other twin is a parasite, because parasites have the ability to replicate themselves.
A parasite can feel like another human being.
Yeah, because parasites, they can grow teeth, they can grow eyes, because it goes through an evolutionary stage, because parasites have their own ecosystem as well, just like caves have its own ecosystem. So it's going to grow in your body to the point where it's going to manifest. And you never know, you might see parasites get big and just start busting out of people.
Hell no.
I'm dead serious though. Am I
What
there?
the fuck?
Yep.
So they actually removed copper doors and copper door handles in the 1900s. And this is because the copper was antibacterial and antiviral, and they would stop diseases from spreading and bacteria from spreading. That's why all the hospitals in the 18 and 1900s used to have copper door handles and brass door handles. Because if anybody came in with an infection and they then had to use cutlery or door handles, they weren't going to be passing on that infection to other people. Just like the linen sheets again, which would prevent the bacteria from spreading, because we know linen is the only fabric that is antibacterial. They'd also use silver door handles because these are also antibacterial and antiviral. And they were also drinking out of copper and silver cups because, again, those copper cups were structuring the water in the cups, and they were also preventing that bacteria from being spread from person to person. But now in hospitals we see plastic cups and stainless steel door handles because the Rockefellers noticed that contagious diseases and illnesses were almost non-existent, and they noticed their profits weren't increasing, similar to these copper water fountains we used to see everywhere, where the water would stay clean and pure for days because of the copper. And then, would you guess, they removed them as well because they didn't want people having that benefit of copper.
This is what 2025 in Germany looks like.
I've actually never seen anything like this. I mean,
or in your car.
Why do you gotta be so dirty?
1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
I think that they severely misunderstood how unemployed we are here in America. Like, we ain't got nothing better to do, bro. Like, we're gonna figure this shit out. Some of us do nothing but stay online all day. In a matter of just 2 weeks, we've been able to poke holes in damn near every single narrative that they have tossed our way. We have been able to identify that Tyler Robinson most likely wasn't the shooter. We've been able to there's theories now that suggest that the gunshot wound wasn't even from the front, but from the back. And there's like strong evidence to support this too. Like, if you're gonna pull this shit off, at the very least, make sure that people are occupied with jobs. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, this is all we're gonna do.
That's funny.
This is it.
That's
we
true.
ain't got shit to do but this. We got time, bro.
If the government is funded by tax dollars, then there ain't no such thing as government funded anything. It's taxpayer dollars that fund everything. We see it in the government. A government bailout. Sweater. That's some socialist shit.
Old school.
We're going, okay, you gambled, you fucked the money up, you did something wrong, or things went bust. We're gonna fund your we're gonna get you back on your feet with government funds. But we don't see ourselves as a part of a community, and they use words like that to trick us, right? Government funded, which is
technically funded by taxpayer dollars. So it should be funded by the working class. This big corporation was bailed out by the working class. That's what they should say. This big corporation was bailed out by taxpayer dollars. That's what they should say. But if they say government funded, then they look at it like, oh, you know, the government's taking care of corporations, but it's really us taking care of the corporations.
Who lives in the North Pole?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. And what can he do?
He knows everything.
So he's God? Okay, he's an omnipotent God who sees all. He's making a list and he's checking it twice. We have the Lamb's Book of Life in our own Christian theology, whether your name's written in it or not, you know, depends on whether you'll get your eternal salvation. He has his elves, which help him, you know, do his thing, and Jesus is up there with his saints. It's a satanic inversion of the truth that we tell kids today. It's Jesus is in the north with his saints, not Santa Claus and his elves. Santa gives you stuff, material things, gifts. He rewards you for your behavior. It's a works-based salvation. He'll give you nice things if you do everything right by his standards. Jesus Christ offers you things not of this earth. His salvation is kingdom not of this earth, and he offers you treasures in heaven instead. It's an inversion of Christ, and that's the myth we tell kids today as a little season. There's nods and winks all the time, everywhere, telling you what's going on in the North Pole. It's more than likely on this flat stationary plane that in the central bit is our savior.
Utah is a wasteland. Utah got smoked by fervent heat. Look at these towers. This used to be a city. And when the day of the Lord hit in the 1st century, all this whole city got melted down. All these dwellings and towers and buildings. These look like buildings. Now, if you've seen the Petra, the city of Petra in Jordan, go watch my Petra video on my backup page. It's in my bio. Look, this used to be structures, buildings, walls. Petra was the same way. Petra was a Roman city that got taken out by fervent heat, melted down. And I mean, look how smooth that is. When ice cream melts, it's smoothed down. And look at this arch. Is that natural? Come on, man. Natural formation? How'd that form naturally? 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 10 through. Peter is talking about during the day of the Lord, fervent heat hits and the elements melt. Okay. Now, Utah got smoked. The Grand Canyon got smoked. Look how smooth that's melted, man. It's deformed and melted. And that's a bridge up there. You think that's a natural formation? That's a bridge. That's a sandstone bridge. And look at the drip downs. This looks like a sphinx that got melted down and deformed from fervent heat. Look at that. Looks like a structure. Looks like a building to me. I was just in Egypt a month and a half ago looking at this with my own eyes. That's a sphinx, and this over here looks like a melted sphinx with its head removed, possibly. And this over here looks like a pyramid or some type of structure. Okay? The Grand Canyon is suspicious. And that's why they don't let you go in certain places in it. This whole place was a pagan area. This could have been the original Egypt. Who knows? Because they lie about all the locations, all the continent sizes. They hide information off the maps. So who knows what the Grand Canyon really is? And it was smoked with fervent heat. That much is clear. This is all melted. I can see it clear as day. Melted. This is an elevated, high up view of the Grand Canyon. And this looks like it got struck by lightning. Jesus said when he returns, he will return like lightning. He'll be so fast, unexpected, you won't be able to prepare for it. And perhaps his judgment also was actual lightning, destroying areas, melting places down. Grand Canyon got smoked, okay? And other places got buried. Volcanoes erupted, earthquakes, all that stuff. 1st century catastrophes. It seems like Christ returned. It seems like he brought judgment to not just Jerusalem, not just Judea, but various parts of the world. They don't want you to know that Christ kept his word and returned in the 1st century. They want you to put your faith, hope, and trust in a rapture when the rapture already happened in the past. Paul was preparing for the rapture. Peter was preparing for the day of the Lord. It already happened, okay? Because when the rapture doesn't happen, guess what? Christians are going to fall away. They're going to be looking for hope. They're going to be so distraught and in despair that the rapture didn't happen because the 3rd temple got built and the new fake Antichrist appears, and all the Christians are going to lose their minds. They're going to like start selling all their stuff, and just we don't want that to happen. That's why we're making videos about this. We don't want Christians to fall away and be deceived. And people create straw man arguments saying you're trying to earn your salvation through endurance to the end with Christ. We're all enduring to the end. All of us. Whether you die of old age, whether you get raptured, which is always going to happen, or whether we see Christ return, or we get martyred, whatever. We're all enduring. We're all running the race for Christ. Like, it's not a works-based thing where we're trying to earn salvation. That's a straw man. No one's saying that. But every Christian is enduring with Christ. Every single one of us.
To put this together is that when you have a job
that
you love, whatever it is, when you have a job that you love and you make a living, that's a blessing. Because the majority of people on this earth,
guess I should have did that,
were buried in their grave and hated the job. Imagine, we're blessed, but imagine if every day you wake your tired ass, the alarm goes off, and you keep hitting it. When I'm shooting a film, I don't need an alarm.
Because you love what you're doing.
You love what you're doing. And the people have a blessing. But the people who have to go to a job every day they hate, of course, they're going to put food on the table for their children, roof over their head, and stuff like that. But we're not getting any joy. You get joy from your family. But the thing they make money on, you hate, they're not joyful, I think. So we're blessed. And so with that understanding, I know that I can't take that for granted.
I don't know. I've never seen such a propaganda machine that has been so delicately manufactured, that has made people so ignorant. And I was one of those people.
So you're researching this. You're talking to people. There are lights going off. You're like, what the hell? Why was I never told this?
Yes, and I'm. It's a lot of it is just feeling. I just was feeling that these people had this sweetness and this integrity and this righteousness that was undeniable and transcended ideology. It was real, It came from something real. And then, of course, I started to see the asymmetrical just crushing of any kind of movement. But
I told y'all these movies and these television shows be telling us what is going on, man. Have y'all been seeing this come across your timeline? What is this, man? This is literally the little baby Grinch. It looks like a little baby Grinch. Have y'all seen that TV show on Netflix called Sweet Tooth, where it's a fantasy world where in a post-apocalyptic world, hybrid babies, which are part human and part animal, start showing up, and then they just bring it out just to see how people would react to it. And they're slowly putting this in front of our face, because why would the mother put this baby in front of the camera like that? They're obviously trying to tell us something, like this has been in our face the whole time. I mean, what do you think they do in Area 51 and such? And that's only the one that you've heard about. So I truly believe they're getting us ready to see these type of hybrid beings, because we're in a whole new world, y'all.
Hi! Did you have a good nap? Oh, good. Okay, buddy. Hi! Oh my god. This is Oscar.
I have never seen anything like this in my entire life, in any spectrum of humans.
Oh wow, so different.
So different.
It's real. Yeah.
So is he like an owl mixed with just a normal kid?
Wow, look at that.
There's
soft, huh? Like how old? What does he eat? I think he might get made fun of.
I would stand up for him because it's not right to bully people just because they're different in their own ways.
What would you do or say?
See, they're getting y'all ready to see this, y'all. They're letting y'all know via predictive programming.
Anyone like Oscar before? Is it
Oscar? He's very friendly.
Even human. I would pamper him and spoil him.
The shift is here, y'all. Let's continue to get it.
Now, I said this in yesterday's video. They show us these things. They showed us in the 80s, 90s, that Kirk movie, Snake Eyes, right? Boom. 30 years later, 40 years, whatever. Now, what are they going to be showing us for the next 20, 30 years? Here we go. Here we go. And they're trying to act like these people would be all normal with it and happy and, you know, don't be scared. Can you imagine if you saw that walking down the street? You'd be freaked out. People wouldn't be coming up and babies giggling and, you know, people saying whatever, being like, no. But they're showing us right here, y'all. It's crazy. Like the things we're watching now that just seem so out of this world. Like, go back and watch some crazy movies. Go back and watch Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Go back and watch these movies, these classics. They're classics for a reason, right? They're classics for a reason. Because back in the 90s and the 80s, when critics said a movie was good, magically everyone loved it, right? They rarely missed the critics. So go watch those movies because they're classics for a reason. Look at Scarface. What did that do? Turned everybody selling cocaine. Every drugs went through the roof after that, right? People started selling like crazy after that. It's for a reason they made that movie good.
So this is actually a lot to unpack here. 1919, there's about 100 freaking rings in one 2x4. 2019, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I can't even tell. Like, I mean, not many. So I'll tell you what's going on with the lumber industry. Yes, this was old growth, and then we have the new growth. But the problem with the new growth lumber is not just that it's less structurally sound, doesn't last as long, more mold resistant and decomposition, it's going to decompose faster. But this is the crazy part. The way the lumber industry works today is they clear cut a big area, then they replant coniferous trees, pine trees. Then usually they spray glyphosate for a certain amount of years on that plot of land to keep the deciduous trees down so that they don't steal the light from the pine trees. I can tell you why these old growth pine trees have so many rings and they're very small and tight knit together is because the tree didn't have very much light growing throughout its lifespan, which makes it grow slower, but makes it have way better structural integrity. This is what Victor Schauberger was talking all about through his study of the forests in, Austria in the 1900s, 1800s. So two things happen here though. When you make the tree grow faster, it's less structurally sound, but then they also spray glyphosate to keep the deciduous trees down. But then they also need to spray fertilizer because the deciduous trees, when they shed their leaves, gives nutrients to the pine trees next to them. Again, it's supposed to be growing slow. Think about it. Nature never hurries, yet everything is accomplished. I mean, this is just shocking. So we got to figure out the lumber industry. Maybe we should just do hempcrete because that's a lot more sustainable and we don't have to wait around for trees to grow. Hemp grows so much faster. We're going to talk more about this on my Rumble channel. If you want to tune in, comment the word Rumble below and check your DMs.
There was a kid that just got a bunch of time for releasing military information. He was working with the Navy. And he made a Minecraft server. Someone literally told him, they said, hey, he was telling him, I can get secret info into the Department of Defense. I can do all this and on Discord. And the kid literally told him, no, you can't. You're just talking. So the kid says, okay, goes into the, gets the hidden files, the locked away files, and puts them all in a Minecraft server where people can go around and read all these leaked documents. He ended up getting multiple years too. This just happened. Yeah. Crazy. Just happened. Like, kid, it was just off a dare. In Discord, like a kid in Discord. Got you slammed.
I would have seen it. I wonder what was in it.
It was about, so it had to do with the U.S. and Ukraine, like the actual casualties and like military strategic plans that they were going to do in Ukraine. So it kind of was important shit that was going on.
Reason number 77, we're living in a simulation. What if I told you the whole Charlie Kirk tragedy already happened exactly 27 years ago? This is gonna f*** your mind. So there's a movie from 1998 called Snake Eyes starring Nicolas Cage, in which a political figure named Charles Kirkland, that's his actual name in the movie, gets by a sniper in the neck in the exact same spot as Charlie Kirk at a public event. Now, in the opening scene of the movie, there's a sign for this event that shows us it also took place on September 10th, the same day it happened, during a boxing event headlined by a boxer named Tyler the Executioner. Tyler Robinson is being accused of committing the execution in real life. During the scene, Cage is heard asking about his lucky number, while we see someone holding up a giant 7. Recently, Elon Musk announced that every spacecraft launched in 2026 will bear the number 77 as a tribute to Charlie Kirk. Why 77? I don't know, maybe someone can tell me. If it wasn't obvious enough, there's also this massive all-seeing eye on a blimp or something watching the entire sequence of events go down. That's because the movie is called Snake Eyes, and 2025 also happens to be the year of the snake. Promotional posters for the film feature the tagline, "Believe everything except your eyes." Oh, and was also filmed in the Trump Hotel in Atlantic City. Believe everything except your eyes. I don't even know how else anyone could possibly explain this. Simulation confirmed.
And it just hit me right now when I was watching that. What movie coming up is Nicolas Cage playing in? He's playing Jesus in a horror movie. Coincidence?
These stoplights every motherfucking other block, nigga. Why? Why are you doing that? Now you might think like, well, it would be accidents. No, that's not why they doing that. They don't no fuck about no accidents, nigga. They controlling the flow of the energy. It's about controlling the flow of the energy. You can never get too much leeway in the matrix. You don't get it. You can never get too much. They can never give you too much freedom to make decisions. So if they controlling you every other stop, like every time you hit the gas a little bit, now you gotta stop, right? And then that's why most people like ride what? On the highway. You can flow a little more, right? You can actually use the car. Because on the street, you can't really use the car, nigga, right? So then you get on the highway and they got state patrol and they got speed to keep you more controlled. They don't have stop signs on the highway. They got the speed, all right? So now ask yourself this. Why the fuck is the speed limit 60 miles per hour on the highway? 60, 65, 70, 75. Nigga, the fastest speed in the country is 75 miles per hour, and that's on the West Coast. Why is that? Why is that the speed limit? Why do you even have a speed limit? And why does the speed limit match the limit on the dash? Like you, how can you say the speed limit is 60 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour? But then you got cars out here with 200 on the dash.
I always wondered that.
Right? Like
Why even make them go that fast?
What are we doing here? You see, nobody thinks about this. Nobody ever thinks about this. Right?
Probably gonna die for this somewhere along the lines. It's not good. Okay. Picture this. I'm memory repressed about everything. Couldn't remember anything. I'm still getting side effects from this. I was memory repressed about the cloning stuff until I was 30 years old. They call it the awakening when they give you back the memories. Turns out they had me there since I was 5 years old. Okay, and my family's there, my family members and everything. And they said they're not going to lie on a lie detector test about it. It's pretty big. Like they were going to kill me. They said. Thing is, the way that this cloning works, okay, there's two different kinds of cloning, and it confuses people. Now, there's replication cloning, where it comes up as a baby, right? Put the cells in, make the same person as a baby. Well, there's duplication cloning as well, where they grow you in a big, thick tank filled full of water. And there's a few different grades of cloning. There's Mark 1 to 4 that I know of. And the problem I'm having is with the Mark 2. The thing is, Mark 1 was around at the end of the World War II, but it was a primitive clone, lots of side effects. Anyway,
So, do you remember the Bayside Mall? Of course you do. It was the first day of 2024.
Yeah, 2024.
So there is this guy. Now, I don't know if it's real, but his name is Fitz. And there are videos that I have seen. It's impossible to trust because of AI, but they do look like Venom. So this guy Fitz apparently got the shit. Now you're going, where's the video? Well, there is video, but then everyone says it's AI, and I'm sure a lot of it is. This is really in front of actual government employees that he's saying this. So this is not fake.
The incident at the Bayside Marketplace in Miami on January 1st is currently classified, and
So now it's a classified thing. So why are they hiding?
A New York resident we will be referring to as Fitz was indeed present at the Bayside Marketplace on the night of the incident. The DOD has confirmed that Fitz may have witnessed something classified Reports indicate that this individual captured footage of the event in question, footage that, as of now, remains classified and has not been retrieved by the federal government. This footage, if revealed, could have profound implications.
So apparently they haven't gotten his phone. Maybe they have now. I don't know.
Get the fuck out the country because something just doesn't add up. Because her ministry is linked with two. So now, I swear, go on TikTok, go on Twitter right now, search Erica Kirk. That's all you'll see. Everyone is talking about how the fuck she was 17. She won a beauty pageant under Trump's agency. And then right after she won the beauty pageant, she went to Romania, started working with children. Children started going. The Romanian government kicked her out.
Y'all know what's going on with Erica Kirk because she is all over Twitter right now. So the story goes that back when she was 17 years old, she ran for Miss Arizona and she ended up winning. And after she won, she started a Christian Foundation orphanage. But that orphanage was in Romania. Now the word on the street is that there was a huge amount of children that Romania. And the Romanian government was tying it back to the foundation that Erica Kirk was in charge of. And they ended up kicking her out of Romania. They kicked her Christian foundation who were adopting children out of Romania because there was correlation with missing. Now the internet is buzzing about this. Everyone's asking a bunch of questions like, where are those kids and how did your foundation get involved in the government kicking you out from these missing kids? I think the Republicans really messed up by getting behind the Kirk family, not knowing or knowing what they were involved in. I mean, what's the coincidence that Erica Kirk ended up marrying Charlie Kirk and being Miss America, who once worked for the Trump family? And then on top of that, being in charge of a foundation that's tied to missing, and then him being tied to the Epstein shit. Feels like there's a lot going on here, and let me tell you, the internet is going crazy about it.
If it's humans that they was eating back then, why the fuck are we not eating humans now?
We still eating humans. Let me tell you how you know. This is how you know. This is how you know we eating humans, because how the fuck can McDonald's put up a thing say billions of people sold? Burger King got the same billions of people sold, but how many fucking cows are there?
How many people are there?
Yeah, how many cows? Fuck, how many people? How many cows are there? Ain't enough cows.
Yeah, ain't enough cows. It ain't even a billion. It ain't a billion cows.
Right, it ain't a billion cows.
How the fuck can not even 1 billion worth of cows outweigh another billion?
Right, it can't.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Something going on, obviously.
Right, it don't make sense, right? But the question he was trying to say.
Okay, editor, what are you doing here? I'm gonna keep this in there because
Bill Gates, he's behind this company that made this new butter, right?
Yes.
Butter. Better believe it's not butter because it's not. It's made out of gasoline.
The company is working with restaurants, bakeries, and food suppliers to incorporate their carbon-made butter. They're walking through where they're making the butter, and there's this thing right here, this huge tub, and it's just
slop water.
It's called slop water. There's just this,
and he's behind this company. It's a birth control pill that you take it and you won't have babies for 8 years.
It's in Kenya and Nigeria are the two places that it's been approved for rollout.
Why do they always do these things in Africa? Like, and why is this president accepting that? Like, why are you using my people as a guinea pig? Use your people as a guinea pig. You're getting paid. You know damn well they paid him $1 billion for that. Okay, you can pay me $1 billion? Kill all my people. Like it's always in Africa where they do these test trials.
Foundation is behind the rollout. It's for population expansion control, but it's like, dude, 8 years.
Yeah, you're talking about a potential like 8-year minimum
like
gap
3
in
months,
population.
a year.
That's huge.
You're giving all of this out to a population who may or may not be well educated on what to do.
Well, especially if research is coming out now with birth control being a cancer causing.
It's complicated because it's like,
Yeah, Bill Gates, women's priorities first.
Yeah, 100%.
he's always made human health first
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like never profited.
No.
Proof that Hollywood is evil, part infinity. This next clip is from a Dave Chappelle interview on the Oprah Show. Roll it.
I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gonna wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
He's done a movie with the
Movie's
dress.
doing good. So I walk in the trailer.
Right?
I'm
A
like,
medieval
man, this must be
movie?
the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. It's the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And you put this dress on and, what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it.
In that clip that we just watched, he's talking about why he took a hiatus from the industry, because they were trying to get him to do stuff he wasn't comfortable with. The dress thing, many people have hypothesized for years, might be ritualistic and all about humiliation. Ironically enough, some of the biggest stars in the world, here we see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a dress, here we see Kevin Hart doing the same, here we see it again and again. And these all happen to be some of the most successful actors, entertainers, etc. So it begs the question, what exactly is the reason that Hollywood is so obsessed with this? Wake up.
The portal is the mirror.
Yeah.
Copy. Go ahead.
Go through it.
Go through the portal.
See all the way down here.
Take you to another level. Smoke-filled level.
This is Roblox.
All
Like
the
hell.
stars is on fire.
You see the army jeeps as well.
So the zombies too. It's army jeeps down there.
Fire zombies.
Fire zombies.
Look up. There's portal.
And what is that? That like the devil to me.
It's the boss.
The boss devil on the bottom level.
Yeah. Eyeball right here.
Eyeball monsters everywhere.
Eyeball right here.
What in the world?
This one.
What in the world is going on here?
Y'all.
Yeah, and these games now that are like top, like Minecraft, Roblox, like Stardew Valley type games, like they're the top games. What's the other one? Warcraft, World of Warcraft, and the graphics are terrible. It's like terrible. Like, where's our standards at? Like Mario World was better than graphics in these. But these games are like the best of the best. Like, these kids don't got standards no more, y'all. We used to get excited for the new game. Like, damn, look at those graphics. Look at Madden 2008. Look at the graphics. These poor kids now, man. They're getting half-assed things and just getting led to hell. It's too bad.
It's California this morning. Tell me that this right here does not look like a mirror image of something that we've seen recently in our past. And further, journalists and other people have said they have never in their life seen fire behave the way it did right here. This has to have been one of the worst fires that California has ever seen. I'm about to show you what it looked like this morning when the sun was coming up. We're about to go over this 2 in 1 minute. Do you guys know how long, like literally how long it took the news to finally start covering the fire? They didn't cover it for hours while it was going on. This right here was the sunrise this morning in California. Like, look behind me, this is just insane. This right here is what you would picture Revelation chapter 6, seal 6 would look like, right? When the sun goes dark, when the blood, we know it's the sun, but still. Also, in 532 AD, when the whole entire world was plunged into darkness. Yeah, that really happened, and it lasted 18 months, and the writer of the History of Wars wrote that men were free neither from pestilence nor any kind of unaliving at that time. And I don't think this is California, but this is what happened.
We got into a lot of subjects in today's episode, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I feel like that was a damn good video today. I feel like I was on point. I was making sense. I wasn't rambling about nonsense. Did I talk too much? Apologize if I talk too much, y'all. Y'all know sometimes I get in that zone where I just want to talk. But there's times where I'm just, my mind's not there and barely say a peep. You know what I mean? So hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Not much going on today for Saturday. We're going to go get the baby finally. He's ready to have a high chair. So we're going to go get him a high chair today. That's about it. Probably go to the gym later when all the chores are done and everything. Go get a little workout. Scovy's trying to get back in the gym. Yeah, I'm trying. Man, I remember one of my coworkers at LabCorp. He was older. And this dude was in shape. Discipline. Like he said, I wake up every day at 4 o'clock, go on a 6-mile bike ride, lift weights in my gym. or in my garage, and then I'm here. And he's all, the one thing I can tell you, when you get there, don't ever stop, because it's hard to get back going, especially the older you get. I'm 35 now, and it's hard for me to get that ball rolling. But I told Mama Bear, once I get that ball rolling, I get in my zone, I ain't never going back, y'all. But anyways, I hope everyone out there is having a good weekend. Hope everyone out there is having a good Saturday evening. Let me know what's going on down below. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Later.